Oh, there's always one time where that happens. Okay, well met, lots of ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. I'm on some sort of a dragon kick, let's say, when it comes to gacha stuff. Of course, there was the girl and the dragon yesterday, and at the start of the year, I always mentioned that we're starting production on the Mutant Girl remake for whichever year, and this one happens to be my least favorite episode of the entire series, which means I'm excited to remake it because, good lord. But yeah, I thought let's continue that on with a series that had a dragon girl in it, I suppose. It's Drama Elementary. Uh, so yes, I did not warn DMEproductions, but they may appear at some point during this, or they may not. They may have no idea that I'm doing this because it wasn't, a 2-hour waiting period like the Jacobs was when they showed up in that one. So yeah, I don't know. I guess gone is the pressure to crank out a lot of this series anyway to actually catch up for Gacha Fest. Because I never managed to do that in the first place. I failed doing that. So I could, in theory, have made this video, but pace this out a bit more and just been done like, okay, I'll do one episode rather than two. And that might be what I do from now on. However, I did notice that there wasn't much that I said about the last episode, the last two episodes, because the stream was about I think it was just like over an hour or something like that, which is not that much by Gacha review standards. So maybe this is a series that I will continue to bunch up this way. That's what I'm going to figure out today. There were a couple of other points that some people clarified, like, for example, the main characters are triplets, so they're not actually so there's not one that's like older or younger, even though I'm pretty sure that the bully character looks way taller, but I don't know. I guess they're not identical, so genetics are being weird, I suppose. I not the end of the world. So yeah, that's the thing to clarify before we start with this one. And yeah, honestly, not really much else to say at the moment. I just came back from a rehearsal, and now it's going to present a different form of drama, the elementary kind. Without further ado, on with the review. I don't remember if this is copyrighted or not, so this is muted, you know why. Although me saying it's muted is going to also be muted, so I'm just going to look crazy. Anyway.
Well, second day of school!
Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, all the triplets have, like, a huge height disparity between them, but yeah.
I'm gonna go to class now. I'll see you at lunch.
Okay. Okay. Day 2.
I forgot how much I love Mohammed's voice.
Time to talk to Kala.
What
I didn't mute this, by the
color
way.
is a mirror?
Yeah, this I forgot. This does need a bit more music in places, and that was one of them, I think.
What do you mean, what color is a mirror?
I don't think the mirror has a color.
Honestly, I think I might have had this exact same discussion when I was in elementary. Again, another thing I love about this show is the fact that it feels like, it is, the characters are in elementary school. Like, I know that I purposefully avoided writing characters that sounded like they were the ages that they were. But I'm glad that I do appreciate when someone does pull it off successfully.
Everything has to have a color.
Not everything.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
What about water then? Discuss.
Yo, what's up, Mohammed? Up top.
Nah, hold it, man. I'm trying to speak to Kala.
I mean, you can literally just high-five him and then go, right? I know that's, like, fairly high up for you, and that's possibly, like, a cruel pose to adopt in this context, but still, don't leave someone hanging just because you're trying to talk to someone while telling them that you're trying to talk to someone, intentionally delaying yourself. Come on.
I'm your friend.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Doesn't seem like it, but there's the hope.
Okay, class, I'm your sub.
Guys, we have a sub today.
Yes, she just said that. You don't need to confirm that with the other people sitting there because they all heard it themselves.
Why is that?
Since we have a sub today, Kala and Cal can come over to our classroom.
What if they get...
That's not how that works all the time. Like, there are some times where, like, different classes that I've been in have had to, like, bunch up occasionally. Because there was a very famous example well, not very famous, but very discussed example that I keep bringing up where the Spanish class had to join, like, the French class that I was in for a day because their teacher was out and there was no sub. Usually the sub is the one that prevents them from, switching over usually. But yeah, I remember that day particularly because I was helping people in both Spanish and in French. Because yeah, that was fun. The teacher stared me down and just smiled, and I was like, "Please help." And then on the other end, there's some times that, like, teachers had, like, meetings or something in Galicia, and so they had to bunch up their classes, and they refused to do much of anything, quite frankly.
in trouble and the attendance sheet doesn't have their name?
True.
The attendance sheet doesn't have your name. Why does it not have your name? I know it's the second day of school, but surely they would have, like, already prepared this.
Yeah, dummy! How do you think that was gonna work?
Ross, turn around right now and stop talking to me.
Turn around and stop talking to me.
Shut up, you little...
Okay, this is where you need a redirection. This very much is giving Rhapsody streakers believe in Santa, and that's not a good thing. Get him away from me. Where it sounds like you said the line without acknowledging you're mocking someone. This is a common issue, by the way, if you don't give your actors the full script. I don't know if that's what's happening here, but I know that in the past, whenever I've received a script like that, or a lack of one, I just received my own lines. This is a practice that I would discourage anyone watching this from doing. again, not saying that DME Productions work like this, but if your production does this, I advise against it. Yes, you end up spoiling your series for the cast, but if there's anyone who needs to know what's going on in the series, it's the people who are in the series. Because they need to know what they're responding to. This VA probably had no idea that there was like a line that was, unless it was just a case of not reading the whole thing. If your VAs themselves don't read the whole script, then that's a different issue, and that should be addressed by the director. But yeah, either way, something happened here. Can't believe you tried to nominate the case of best character design. You'll see.
Guys, cut it out now, or you will go to the principal office.
Someone needs to not show scripts to VAs. Yeah, I didn't know you were going to show up right as I was describing that, but yes, I definitely going to give them the script. Yeah, it helps a lot.
Wait
And it's less of a burden on you, the director, because then you don't have to redirect as much.
till after class.
No. Wait after class for what? If you got a problem, we can hash it out right now.
Yeah, see, this character here does seem to know what's going on. So I think DME doesn't have that. I think just the VA for redhead character only read their own lines and didn't like look at the rest of the context.
I'm a black belt in karate. You don't want to mess with me?
Well, I'm messing with you, so what's up?
Get away from me.
Get away from
Personally,
me.
I would not let nobody punch me in my face.
I mean, they were already going to fight, so yeah, I that was already covered, I think, to be honest. Is that outline black on top too? Oh, for this character here? Not sure actually. I don't know. This is very strange camera angles. They're ever so slightly off in framing. Yeah, I think the issue here with the camera angles is probably that the editor has not heard of the rule of thirds. And I've said before, the rule of thirds is very difficult to apply to Gacha. So just to go over that quickly for everyone, the rule of thirds suggests that for framing purposes, you should always have you should like divide it into divide the camera into thirds and frame your subjects in those thirds. So whether that's in the center or to like one side or to like, the other side, they all mean slightly different things. And usually that's because like that's how like our brains will associate things, like we'll treat it like eyes or whatever. You can also do that like vertically as well. You could call it rule of ninth, but no one calls it that. So yeah, the problem is when you try to apply that to Gacha, it doesn't always work, and that's because of the size of the characters' heads. Because that throws off the entire framing, because a full body shot becomes extreme close up because their head's so massive. So it's an uphill battle. But as far as things go, centering the characters a bit more than this, where it looks ever slightly uncanny, there is an approximation you can do, and that's what they should have done here. Yeah.
I'm calling the principal now.
Oh, nah. They fighting. That's crazy.
Who are...
I mean, I say that there's probably a fitting line, but I'm not the pose I would have chosen there. Probably get out of default.
Where are you supposed to be, and why are you in my classroom?
Yeah, beat her up. Beat her up.
Okay, I guess no response was given. My question is, if this character's not supposed to be in this class, how did he find out that there was a sub in the first place? Because I can understand, like, from the characters thinking is in the class itself that they thought, oh yeah, that means we can like bring people over. But I mean, they seem too young to have phones. So would they be like able to contact each other? Not to mention, would they be allowed to do so even if they do have phones? I know that some elementary students do have phones. I get that, but still, most schools have a no phones policy in class for this exact reason. So how did he find out about the sub if he's not supposed to be here? The logical deduction would be that he is here. He's just late. I don't know. The sub shouldn't be questioning the existence of a new student having not yet taken the register.
Get out! You, go to the principal office.
That'll teach you to...
Yeah, again, another issue here with the voice acting where the line was much more subdued than the editing was. I don't know which one of these is done first, because depending on which gacha production it is, depends on like whether or not I don't know, DMEproductions, I guess like all of you who are involved, because you watch the channel now, I guess I can ask this directly. Which one do you do first, the visuals or the voice acting? Because if you do the voice acting first, then the visuals probably should match the delivery if you're not going to redirect someone to, emote in a different way. If you do the visuals first, then you got to redirect anyway. So, so that you don't get up with like a situation where someone's like, I am so very mad right now. Look at how expressive I am being. Everything about me suggests anger. You don't get that. Yeah, you don't get shakedown with lack of projection, exactly.
Stop messing with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they probably should have both gone to the principal's office, but no.
I'm pretty good at block.
Block. Is this meant to be? Is it meant to be like some variant of a game of some kind, like a different version of Roblox?
We have.
Whenever he asked me what projection was, I sent a bunch of clips of this. I mean, of course I would, explain the concept as well, but I guess that, some people do, learn by listening, so I guess that works. Hopefully not the ones where I peek the microphone, because that would send the wrong message, but yeah.
Have to play sometimes.
Hey, Kayla, I just witnessed a fight.
Kyle, I was in the middle of talking to Kala.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the trend of Muhammad here, actually. And again, this is the perfect age to try to express explore the theme of jealousy, because he's not yet realized what he's doing, and there's been no prior examples in his life where he's thought that way, so he doesn't know why he's reacting this way, and someone's going to point this out. And the episode is called Animosity Avenges, which, I mean, it could mean Muhammad's animosity and someone gets revenge on him for what he's doing, but, I don't know. Depends. Void hair, outline black everywhere.
Well, you can't just come and interrupt our conversation.
I mean, to be fair, I just wanted to tell her something.
That's your problem. All you want to do is talk and tell someone something.
Yeah, by the way, this is also the point where he's going to realize that blowing up like this in front of the person he's trying to talk to, aka Kala, is not going to go down well. Maybe, hopefully.
That's my sister, though.
And nobody wants you to speak. You're annoying. She doesn't want to hear you.
That's not true. You can't really speak for me.
There you go. Thank you,
I'm
Kala.
not annoying. I wasn't even talking to you.
You're a loser. Messed up hair.
Well, you need to grow up, literally.
This is what I feel. This is what I feel about like, when I play D&D sometimes. depending on which character's reacting to mine, sometimes that does go down this way. Also, what I said before about Muhammad's height, I suppose like the height disparity between the siblings, that's why I didn't notice. He's not just like super young, he is young and short. Which does happen, I actually know somebody that I went to primary school with that was in that exact same situation. In fact, even like went to the doctors at one point to try and figure out if he had a developmental issue, physical developmental issue, not mental. I should have used a different word. I'm trying to translate in my head, because it's all say like crecimiento, growth. He had a growth issue, which also sounds like a parasite. I don't know. There's not a right word to say. They wanted to make sure that he was growing properly. And I'm not sure what the results were, but I will say that that nowadays he is shot up quite significantly. So no issue. Just crying, poor baby. I don't know if that's meant to be sarcastic or not, considering how old they are. But anyway. Learning disabilities tell me to go for okay. That also that also makes sense. At lunchtime.
I'm really liking the school. I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing I would suggest. Cut it down so it goes straight in if you're going to have a title card beforehand. If there's no establishing shot, you can just start the scene without having to wait for them to start like they're remembering their lines or something.
In-person school is better than homeschool.
Homeschool is better than regular school. Imagine learning from the comfort of your own home.
Ah, they didn't live through lockdown, did they? I guess if they're like 4 or 5, maybe they wouldn't have.
Person school, you get to meet a lot of new people.
Yeah, that is true.
Guys, I hate him so much!
Every time I see a racetrack, I think of Puppy Love. I think I might have used this exact same one. Yeah.
Who? What's wrong?
Kyle! He's so annoying!
What did he do?
Well, we got into an argument because he was so annoying and he made fun of me for being short.
How did the argument
Yeah, well, they even like got down like the way that like a kid would explain a situation like this with no nuance involved.
start?
So I was in the classroom talking to Cal, right? And then all of a sudden he showed up out of nowhere and they started talking to her, being very annoying, and then I started calling him annoying.
And again, normally I would have an issue with the repetition of the word annoying, but it makes sense to this age range.
I mean, Mohammed, that's his sister. He can talk to her.
Yeah, he has the right to say something to her.
Just now me and Rana were talking, and you said something to us.
Does that make you annoying?
No, I have the right to talk too.
Then so does he.
Ugh.
They tried. The outlines of a chroma key, but it almost looks white. Or pinkishly, but looks white on the edges of the kid's orange shoes. Yeah, maybe that was what they used in this case, like a white chroma key. That is, although that would have like that would wreak havoc with his skin. Actually, never mind, forget that.
We're just gonna let him bump into you.
It was an honest accident.
He's just talking crazy. I heard him saying how a punk you are.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You mean how much of a punk you are, right? Not how a punk you are.
I'm just gonna let him do that.
Heck no. Nobody's gonna bump on me on purpose.
Or bump into you on purpose. Yeah, I don't know if this part's deliberate or not. That feels like a scripting error more so than a pronunciation one, but I don't know, maybe.
Yo, why you bumped into me? You
In this situation, so referring back to the previous scene, with Mohammed, validate the kid's feelings before the genuine advice. Potentially, yeah. Again, probably not, but probably wouldn't go down that way, considering the mouth that advice was coming from. They wouldn't know to do that to begin with, but yeah, I mean, you have to get to the root of the problem before figuring that out.
got a problem?
No, I'm Prince. I don't have the time for that.
I don't care.
I'm Prince. I don't know. I feel like you're a little late to be Prince. A prince, sure, but I don't know.
Care if you're Prince, I'll still punch you up.
Please don't.
Whoa.
Please don't. Never meant to cause you any struggle. Never meant to cause you any pain. I mean, it does fit, I guess. I don't know.
Well, what's going on? You don't hit my brother Dennis.
I'm your real brother.
Ow!
Ryan, stop it.
Oh, that's right. They did reveal that these two actually were brother and sister by blood, but one of them, I believe, was adopted into a different family.
He's a better brother than you. You just like to be on people.
So this replacement is better than me? I'm your real brother and you're gonna take his side?
Hey, that is how it goes sometimes. Why didn't you study? I'm Prince.
He was talking crazy.
No, he didn't. You're just lying so then you have a reason to be on him.
You know what? Fine. Screw you and Dennis. We're supposed to be siblings.
We're not siblings, you
I do like how he says we're supposed to be siblings, and yet, if life has taught me anything, people who argue quite a lot, you know, they often are siblings. But anyway.
Feelers. That's my former brother Ryan. He got put.
Is that a dragon tail I see? Yeah, remember the clip that I showed in the Jacobs where she says like, oh yes, you know, I think a dragon tail is beautiful and very unique. That was this series.
For adoption. I can't really remember why though.
I mean, you were probably like 1, possibly.
Hey, Ariella.
It's Ariana.
How does it feel having an accent?
I'm sorry. Okay. Wait a second. Okay. So, I have said in the past that when it comes to casting, to casting voice actors, I personally don't care about their accents, you know, because I get why people would, you know, if you want to set your series in a particular area or something, they want people to sound like that one, so be it. That makes perfect sense. For me personally, I tend to ignore that on the grounds that I found that when people focus so much on an accent, it affects their performance. Think about like how many times Aiden said me and my wifey trying to get into the voice of George Fonda to use Puppy Love as an example again. And that's something that he like intensely focuses on the lines, and it affects the way that he says them. So I personally just, you know, tell people, yeah, no, forget about all that. You know, do it in your natural accent. You know, if you have a character voice, do the character voice. Obviously, I'm not going to stop you from trying something else, but you know, if it's going to be an issue, don't worry about it. However, this series seems to operate under a similar principle. You know, the siblings all seem to have like different accents to each other, and that's fine. Again, same reason. But when you're going to bring up the idea that someone in universe has an accent, implying that everyone else has the same accent as each other, then you start to blur the lines a little bit of like, wait a minute, should we have made this into a thing? In this particular series, I'm not sure if this plot point works, is basically what I'm saying. If this would have worked in like a different story, or if everyone had the same accent as each other except for this character. I don't know. Yeah. Hello, English chap. How does it feel to have an accent? I think how many voices you have with an American accent. I'm not saying that, you know, don't do that. Don't try other accents. Again, if someone wants to, then by all means. A lot of the time I would say it is less distracting. And it's how we get more roles, but you know, when it comes to my stuff, not necessarily. They did not think of the implications. No, they didn't.
You know what? How does it feel liking someone?
You know what? How does it feel like doing a second take of your lines? I don't know. I guess we'll never find out.
That thinks you're ugly?
Maybe I should possibly read the script a second time before I send in the final takes.
He does like me back.
Clearly, he likes you so much. He even made you run away crying.
I'm gonna make you run away crying soon.
And I'm going to shout at you while doing so. Here, look at me shouting.
I doubt that.
I also doubt that. Oh, different BB. I forgot about that. Batty on top. Why? Why is that your handle? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Fuego Cheese. Okay, Fuego Cheese is my favorite username now out of the cast. Yeah, maybe. Wait, hold on. What are the other credits? I need to see the lines. Yeah, okay. You know what? Minnie Love is also a very fitting name. You know, she is the love interest of one of the main characters. She is also very young. She's a Minnie Love. It works. It fits. episode was short. It's not that short, honestly. It was that was 8 minutes. You know, that wasn't. I mean, I guess the other ones are like 10 and 11, but yeah. Honestly, I've made shorter, so I get that. Okay, so episode 3. Yeah, I really like what they're doing with Muhammad because, I mean, obviously it makes a lot of sense for the main character of the series to be the one like learning most of the life lessons, and it seems like he's going in that direction. You know, should his emotions be validated first before getting to that? That's, you know, if he goes to other people who have matured more themselves, then possibly. But then again, maybe he will have the foresight not to do that because he will probably feel like they won't be on his side either. It really depends like what direction he's going to go in. I don't know. And also hard to say like how Carla's going to react to this because I mean, honestly, you know, again, kids at that age are very forgiving anyway, so you know, this could probably be like brushed aside in one conversation. But that of course means that Muhammad has to like acknowledge what fault he actually had in the moment. You know, otherwise he's going to risk it all. And haven't a lot of us been there before when it comes to this? So yeah, no, sure until you watched Tree Bob stuff. No. You don't know Short until you've watched Hillside High. That's the real that's the real you don't know Short situation. But yeah, obviously, like, you know, the character designs in this one were the same as before. But yeah, I can acknowledge now that possibly the nomination was a little bit premature on my part. There are some aspects that I really do like you know, honestly, the color variety in general for a series set in an elementary school makes a lot of sense. The voice acting in this one, again, I really love Muhammad's voice particularly. Some of the cast needed to either be redirected or to read their lines a second time and not just go through the script once and then be done with it. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, hopefully they will kind of like, you know, tighten that up as time went by because there are a lot more of these, including the one we're about to see right now. Here's episode 4. Yeah, well, Cinemas are literally shorts content, yeah. Very true. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Here's an establishing shot. All right, we're getting these now. And background music too. Very quiet ones though, but yeah,
Teacher,
still.
Can I please sit somewhere else?
Why?
Oh, I guess the sub is still here. Okay.
Because I don't feel safe sitting in my normal seat.
That is honestly very valid after what happened yesterday. Regardless of whose fault it actually was. I mean, they probably shouldn't be seen together anyway. Even if she is lying.
Tazia, you might draw scared.
She's just trying to play victim, and if she really is scared, good.
I mean, you're not helping your case, but all right.
Okay, Edwin.
Maybe teacher's on maternity leave. Possibly.
You can switch seats with Ross.
No!
I mean, that's not really that far away. Well, it means Ross is going to get in the middle of a shouting match. I feel bad for him.
Edwin, why?
Because I like sitting in the seat. I can't see the board if I sit in Ross' seat.
Huh, I think Edwin is also
Oh, so she's Ross. Okay.
scared.
Josiah, why don't you switch seats with Hope?
Nah, I'm good sitting right here.
But you're the problem.
Me? Problem?
Okay, maybe in this situation we should have someone validate the different emotions. Maybe in this scenario that would be more fitting from the teacher. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is why most teachers will separate both students involved rather than just one. Oh my.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. She's the problem. Tell Ross to stop running her mouth.
Josiah?
I mean, you literally said, you know, the run her mouth, you said if she's scared, good. And did initiate the physical attack last time if you were provoked. I mean, again, not helping yourself.
Switch seats with Hope right now.
No! What do you not understand? I'm not moving my seat.
Josiah, move your seat now.
Okay, fine. Shut up before I smack your head off.
I'm guessing that was Ross laughing, which again, if you threaten her, you're not going to help yourself when you're trying to prove that you're not the... Okay, whatever. Again, I can see that from him coming from, like, you know, again, someone of that age not realizing that issue. All these characters are going to deal with, like, a theme of hypocrisy, I suppose. So, you know, hopefully that's going to be addressed later on.
You need to know how to read. You should not be in 4th grade stuttering like that.
Stuttering? What? Wait, did I miss something? Did I miss a line? What is... No, her mouth is completely closed. I thought she might have been, like, talking and trying to read out loud, because, you know, a lot of kids do read out loud. Again, when I was in elementary school, I still remember the moment when the day we were reading Jack Frost, or a very short version of Jack Frost, an age-appropriate length version of Jack Frost. And I remember that I had already set myself a goal to learn to read before kindergarten, so I was perfectly fine at this point, you know, reading in my head. As was my my bitter rival, my arch nemesis. We were the only two that could actually read in our heads, and we didn't say we're gonna race each other, but from the looks we gave each other, I could tell, you know, we were in competition. I finished 2 seconds before she did. And then after that point, you know, after satisfaction was done, I realized that in that moment, they were all reading. They were all, like, moving their finger along the words. And, like, they were saying all the syllables of the words like this, and pausing before continuing their sentences. It was eerie. Again, I still remember it after all this time. If anyone has seen the music video for The Wall, you know, where they're going like, we don't need no education. It feels like that. It was like that, but like, but just way younger and completely by accident.
You need to know how to read. You should not be in 4th grade stuttering like that.
Yeah, it would have been better if we actually heard a stutter. But anyway, when you actually... The irony that when you actually need a voice actor to read something and sound unsure of themselves, they don't.
And you need to know how to wash your face. You should not be in the 4th grade with that much pimples.
Oh, so you got mouth?
That many pimples, and also I'm guessing those are probably freckles, right? Those are like aligned pimples.
Oh, so you got acne?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I was about to say, again, they probably are freckles.
That sleepover tomorrow is gonna be so fun.
We should play pillow fight, but instead of pillows, it's rocks.
It'll be a rock fight.
Or we cannot have...
Yeah, I'm with the sound effects here at this point. Wait a minute.
Nah, that seems boring.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Sorry, my mom don't want friends over.
But Ariana!
Wait, hold a second. Your mum doesn't want friends over to your sleepover. Does that imply that it's just your family having a sleepover? In which case, how is that a sleepover? It's just them. What do you mean?
It's coming.
Yeah, but she's my cousin.
Okay,
do you want
fine.
to hang out at the park after school?
That sounds fun. Kyle and Ariana, you guys want to go?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Come on, Kyle. I know you want to say something to me.
Kyle.
Like how he shouts in his head.
Nah, I don't want to go to the park.
Good. Good! We don't want you being annoying the whole time.
Oh, wait a second. Okay, so that was interesting. So I know that like Kyle's mouth was static there, which I wouldn't have had there, but actually when Muhammad goes good, I'm pretty sure that wasn't just my computer, right? That he was actually
Good!
Yeah.
We don't want you being annoying.
I mean, it lagged now because I rewound it, but yeah, I mean that was that was pretty good.
The whole time.
Oh, screw off, Muhammad. I wasn't even talking to you.
Well, I don't want to hear you.
Freedom of speech, Muhammad. You rockhead.
Actually, maybe they are just like changing it when they change the bodies.
I can say what I want.
Rockhead? Who are you calling a rockhead?
This is Elmer versus Rocco, isn't it?
Let's see, Ariana. Is your name Muhammad?
No.
Kayla, is your name Muhammad? I'll take that as a no. Is your name Muhammad?
That's a good point. I guess like Rhea was already there, so I guess he didn't have a problem with her last episode.
So I'm calling you a rockhead, you idiot.
Shut up, Kyle, before I kick you in the face.
Can you
I mean, they're like how Kyle is retaliating, and again, it was 100% because of Muhammad.
even reach?
Kyle,
Okay, and he's still doing this, yeah.
don't you play with me.
Then just leave me
I mean, you are sitting down, Kyle, so he probably could reach. Be careful.
alone. I don't even know why you have a problem with me.
Okay, then watch.
That's a fair point again, because Rhea was already there, but...
Guile, when Kayla falls asleep, we are gonna hit her with a pillow.
Bet.
Or a rock. I'm kidding. Don't hit it with a rock. I mean, just it's like Carla actually getting up there and leaving is a nice detail because, you know, again, that's what some people do when they see people, especially like people they care about, but just in general, like fighting and conflict or shouting matches, they always want to remove themselves. I get that. There have been a few backwards hands in this video so far. I just haven't pointed them out.
Kyle, I'm tired of you being annoying. So me and Jim are about to beat the annoying out of you.
Ah, yes. Again, in front of Carla. This is not going to go down well, Muhammad. Please.
Muhammad, stop! You will not hit my brother.
You act
Yeah, I won't, but he will.
like you can protect him.
You know what, Muhammad? Let's fight then.
I mean, it's not necessarily that she can protect him. I don't know if she can or can't. That's that, you know, it's up for debate. But I mean, just she was like asking not to.
Come on, Jimbo.
I want to fight.
Also, I like how the friend that he left hanging before is just so willing to help him out now.
You only.
If my friends swing, I'ma swing.
Yes, this is like the midnight duel in Harry Potter where they like picked seconds to continue after them, and then no other wizard duel in the entire series ever did that again. Anyway.
Oh, what are you, his little bodyguard?
Stop! Stop it! Stop!
I said stop it. Again, Mohammed, you're the one who attacked him. Like that girl in the class. By the way, okay, one issue with the fight choreography here is that their reactions are not reactioning. So this is actually something I got complimented for today, like on stage, because I went back to rehearsals today. If people weren't here at the start of this video, so there is a scene. I guess spoilers for all those people who are attending the pantomime, I suppose, on the I think it's from the 14th to the 16th. There's still tickets available. But to those who are coming, yeah, minor spoiler. At one point, I get slapped in the face, or supposedly, obviously. But yeah, like I then have to like react to go like oh like that, you know, basically. It's because yeah, once if someone hits you, then you gotta you or like stage hits you. Even then, even if that happens, there's a force. You know, you're gonna end up, you know, being pushed in some particular way. here, what's happening is we see like Kyle, for example, attacking Friend, right? And you see him like punch him like multiple times. And it's not like in an anime where they're trying to punch like so fast, like or that kind of thing, while they're not like reacting. It's meant to be like a normal fight. But the character's not actually, is not actually like recoiling or, being like pushed aside or anything like that. This is something that the Gacha Club fixed. If you notice, like a lot of poses that people can use for combat from Gacha Club onwards. With Gacha Life, that's why you had so many times when people got like fly kicked or something, and then they fell to the ground with like scars on their face if they got like kicked in the shoulder, because that always happened. And then they got like, a drop kicked or something. That was like the way to show fight sequences for a long time in Gacha, because there was no other option. Nowadays, there is. I don't remember which version they're using here. If I had to guess, it would be, pretty sure this is Gacha Club, because you don't have the backwards hands in Gacha Life. So yeah, definitely Gacha Club, which means that you can use other things where, that someone's like, again, some sort of reaction going on here. Yeah, like that.
Did you just shove me?
Hey, you said that I couldn't protect my brother. Well, I'm gonna shove you.
Yeah, because you're attacking my brother.
Also, again, rule of thirds. That framing of like those two facing off of each other. That like technically they are in the thirds, but again, because of how Gacha works and the head sizes, it throws the whole thing off. That's what I meant before.
You try to hit my sister?
Hey, you guys, cut it out now.
Come on, Kayla, let's go.
He's not getting away with this.
He can't get away with this.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, another thing I would have had, by the way, is like have them like show like injuries on themselves, depending on like where they actually got hit.
My adrenaline is up because I got into a fight.
With who?
Yeah, you sure sound like it is.
Mohammed and Jim! They tried to jump me!
I pushed.
They didn't really try to jump you. They openly challenged you and said what they were going to do. That's not really jumping someone.
Jimbo off Kyle. I didn't want him to beat my brother up.
As you should. I'm gonna approach Mr. Jimbo because he's not gonna jump Kyle.
Wait, don't go. The situation will escalate.
I don't care. I see Mohammed or Jimbo, I'm kicking him right in the balls.
Wouldn't Hope get mad?
Hope don't run me.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the thing like Hope is in the concept. No, I forgot that Hope is one of the characters' names. Yeah.
Who got beat up?
Shut up, fatty, before I beat you.
If you can't beat those two, why do you think you can beat me?
'Cause you can't fight. All you do is fight a short person.
I can fight.
Or short people. This is just Muhammad.
We gotta think of a plan to get them back.
Not you. You already got beat up.
Sumo, shut up.
I guess is he offering to take on the responsibility? This is an interesting thing set up, by the way. Obviously, the whole series called Drama Elementary. This is going to happen, but I like the idea that we're like exploring the cycle of revenge at this point in the series. Because you get like one person involved, they're gonna jump in, another person who who got wronged by the person who jumped in is gonna jump in. It's just gonna keep going. Yeah, this is like an interesting way to show that kind of idea, actually.
Or what?
Shut up before I stomp you out.
Whatever.
Or not. Maybe he leaves. Maybe they deal with themselves. That's fine. That works too.
I understand though how y'all jumped him and lost.
My sister pushed me out the way. I want to stomp her head in.
She's obviously trying to break it up.
Why don't you fight Kyle then?
I feel like he knew the reason behind it because she declared that was the case. Anyway, after school.
Oh my god, what happened to your eye?
Yeah. See, he's got a little bit of like a visible injury. Also, I really like that the eye is not like that, like just like the black eye that you normally have. I mean, I would say that for a fresh injury, that would perfectly work. It's actually going back to the Mutant Girl, the episode that got remade, that was going to get remade this year. It's the episode where Pop gets a black eye, again, spoilers, and this is what that used to happen a lot in Gacha, by the way, and it's also the reason there were so many eye patches back in the day. Someone got punched in the eye and they covered up with a patch and never took the patch off even after the eye healed or whatever. And I actually, again, just partly out of sheer pettiness and partly out of like a desire to like do something different anyway, like I normally do. In episode 9, you can still see the mark like on Pop's face, but the eye is starting to heal, but she hasn't covered it up. She's just, waiting for it to, because time has passed, but it's still healing on its own. So yes, once again, an editing technique that I applied in the video out of spite. And that was one of the first times that I did that.
I fell down the steps at school.
Okay, that's what happened.
Be more careful next.
Yeah, I'm assuming this one, like, falling down some stairs is like what everyone says happens.
Time. Go get an ice pack.
Dang, Muhammad, you got yourself handed to you.
Yourself handed to you?
No,
okay.
I didn't. I fell down the stairs.
Really? Because a little birdie told me that Kyle beat you up.
No, he didn't.
Okay, well.
I like how Sumo said, like, you got beat up, and then they're like, Kyle beat you up, and it's like, well, I mean...
Well, I have proof, because I was recording.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no.
He was doing that, wasn't he?
So you better do my...
Oh, yeah!
my chores, or I'm gonna show Dad.
I mean... I feel like if he did that, he'd get in more trouble for not helping his brother when he was being beaten up.
No, you wouldn't.
Unless the dad's one of those dads who was like, if someone's hitting you, hit them back harder. The worst advice ever.
Would.
Fine.
How dare you lose a
Why
fight,
should I buy you
5-year-old son of mine? You're grounded, I guess.
Free ice cream.
Cause ice cream is so good.
Yeah, and it's so hot in this park.
You guys get older and get a job, you guys can go get ice cream.
That's forever.
This is true. This is true. I have I've done that on occasion. In fact, actually, I saw an ice cream shop last time I was in London doing my passport, and that's exactly what I did.
Hey, we're only 9.
You know what? Fine, I'll go to the store.
Wait, you're 9? Is that? Oh yeah, I guess. Like I have been saying like 5 this whole time. Because that's the stage you start elementary. Yeah, I guess you do continue to be in elementary for some time after that. Yeah, hadn't really thought of that actually. I hadn't really accounted for that. Okay, I'll stop saying they're 5 then. They're 9 apparently.
And get you guys ice cream.
Excellent, convincing, Ariana.
There's Fuego cheese again. Well, yeah, the thing is that you can buy ice cream. You don't have to buy ice cream. That was the main thing. I'm curious about that final scene, actually. Is that meant to be like a precursor to like next episode, or is that just a way to end? Because it seems like abrupt compared to like the last scene, which is all about like the ice pack and like the blackmail that Sumo is going to have on Muhammad, honestly. Also, like I should mention, I do love these, like, sitcom-style credits that they've got going on here. The only thing they didn't do is have them freeze frame, but I guess in Gacha, they're all mostly still anyway, so it wouldn't have made sense. Oh, it's finished. Okay, I was going to do more of them. Anyway, you get the idea. Well, again, this is... this series is doing a lot really well. I mean, obviously, it seems like the drama sort of like stops and starts, but again, at that age, it would stop and start because, of course, I mean, again, even if they're not the age I thought they were, they're actually almost twice that much, but still, they're still very much like in the era of like learning these things, and they probably haven't like even thought of like how jealousy would affect them or what the cycle of revenge would be, basically. The only thing they're probably missing is like a mentor figure to, sort that out for them, because That's the only thing, that the stuff gets dropped and never addressed again, and they don't learn because they don't know what happened necessarily. With the exception of Muhammad, who seems to be going down this path anyway, and it's got to the stage where, you know, this rivalry with that could have been like completely avoidable is now out of control, and that's which is in itself another great theme like to go through for the rest of the series actually, or for as long as they do before they resolve it. Like I said, at this age, you can probably like forgive fairly easily and just be like, oh well, okay then, that's it, that's whatever. And then forget that it ever happened because, yeah, a lot of my arguments in elementary school also resolve themselves that way, Like, if someone says to me, like, you're not my friend anymore, or I would say the same to them, and then I'll just be like, hey, I'm sorry. Me too. But yeah, we're friends. So, yeah, I wonder if that's what's going to happen, or if they're going to get to a point between these two that they're just going to end up being, like, so bad that there's no fixing it. Or it continues into the sequel series, drama in middle school. Who's to say? I mean, hopefully Muhammad realizes before it's too late, but unfortunately, because he doesn't believe anyone he's talked to yet, it's hard to show. That's an example of a negative character arc, by the way. And then for a drama series, I guess it makes sense to undergo, along with these like other themes and wrestles with them. That's what a lot of shows will try and do, actually, and I wish that a lot more of them did this idea, because you see like these shows that are trying to, like explore these different concepts or something, but they do them in such a way where it almost comes across as preachy by accident. Anyone who's seen Girl Meets World knows what I'm talking about. But meanwhile, this show kind of just shows you like these things, doesn't call them by their name necessarily, but you get that something's going on. If you're older watching the videos, you understand what that is already, and you can, analyze it and, and do what I'm doing right now and bring them to the surface. So yeah, story-wise, I have no issue with this one, aside from a couple of mythological bits. But again, there could be child logic, it could not be. Who knows? The voice acting was better in this one. There were no outliers, I think, that made it seem like, there's like a first time script reading or something. It felt way more natural, actually. Probably the best episode so far, I think, because the other two were also like trying to like find their footing, and they were having to explain a lot of things in a less natural way. But yeah, here now they're kind of like finding their stride and, taking it on, I think. So yeah, yeah, fantastic. Ice cream scars aside, and that last scene in particular. Yeah, this was a really fun time. Oh, and look at that, an hour, perfect. It's probably because the series is voice acted that it takes less time. So yeah, maybe in the future I will continue to double these up actually, and also because I mean in general I'm invested. I want to continue this as it goes on. We'll see if that rivalry between those like other two girls in the class, Ross and the other one, Hope's friend, see what becomes of them, because they're also like amping things up. Not all the drama has to be around fights necessarily. It seems like it is right now, like rivalry is starting to emerge. That is one method drama, is the internet definition of drama for sure, but there are other options out there. Maybe we'll see if they explore those in the future, or if not, they might save them for the middle school series that's also still airing. Who is to say? We'll find out in due time, but for now, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. And subscribe if you've done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.